Classic rock album reviews coming right at you. Schmack-a-magob, everybody. Here's something. This ain't a donation. I wanted to do this. I wanted to talk about the third Rush album, Caress of Steel, which I love this album. It's kind of like I've read online and people call it the black sheep of the catalog and stuff like that. Man, I love this album. This album's fucking awesome. But then again, I'm very biased when it comes to 70s Rush. You know, I love Moving Pictures. I love Grace Under Pressure and Signals. But the rest of the 80s Rush, eh. But to me, from the first album all the way up to Hemispheres was unbelievable stuff. And then, you know, with Permanent Waves, they stayed a little bit with the prog, but, you know, they were starting to, you know, write shorter songs, and the same thing with Moving Pictures, their biggest album. But this one, this is an album, first off, it was released on September 24th, 1975. This album, also, the album cover was supposed to be gray. I'm glad gold is how it turned out, because, God, I don't think that would look as good in gray, you know? And then when they released this album, it was kind of like they were out there touring, and it was really bad. It was called Down the Tubes Tour, because it was doing so bad. And when they first played it for Paul Stanley of Kiss, he didn't get it. He listened to it and he's like, what the hell is this, you know? And I understand that. I understand it, because it is a kind of what the hell moment listening to this, especially if you judge the first two albums. Yes, the second album has By Torn to Snow Dog, but it really didn't expand after that. The rest of that album, Fly My Night, is just a progression of the first album. Where this album, it really, really got progged out to the max, to the point where it didn't sell, nobody cared, and the record company wanted to drop Rush after this album. They convinced them, you know, to keep them for one more album. And we all know the story about 2112, but this album, actually, here's another weird thing about this album. Caress of Steel took 18 years to go gold. It finally got gold after 18 years. That's crazy, huh? Anyway, let's talk about the songs on this album. All right, we start with Bastille Day. What a ripping, one of the greatest Rush openers. It's what opened All the World's Stage. It's just awesome. It's about storming the Bastille during the French Revolution. You know, it's an amazingly heavy-ass, fast song. A total ripper. You know, it's my favorite song off the album. Bastille Day, amazing. All right, next song. Think I'm Going Bald. You know, I heard a lot of different stories about where this song came from. Some said it was about Alex. Some say it was about Kim Mitchell from the band Max Webster. And some say, too, that it was about the Kiss song, I Think I'm Going Blind. Well, it's just called Going Blind, but it's, you know, it says I Think I'm Going Blind, where they called this I Think I'm Going Bald. And this song could have fit on the first two albums. You know, it's an okay song. I like it more than In the Mood. You know, but it's like In the Mood. It's very rocky rolly. And you know, it's Rush trying to show that they have like some sense of humor. But honestly, I don't know. I think this song, you know, for the time back then, it could have been a hit if it wasn't goofy. If they named it something else, you know, made it a little more serious, it might have done all right. I think it would have done a little better than the song Fly By Night. You know, that was the catchy song on the last album. I think this song could have been catchier. But they went the silly route with Going Bald, and it didn't do crap. All right, what's next after that is Lakeside Park. Oh man, this song, the lyrics are about a childhood park that Neil would, not a childhood park, a park, and where he spent his childhood at. And it's a gorgeous song, man. It's got that classic Alex Lifeson, riff. Most of us have a lakeside park. I love it. I love the lyrics: dancing fires on the beach, singing songs together. Thought it's just a memory. Some memories last forever. That's very early Neil Peart. The guy was a genius, man. Those are some beautiful lyrics. And yeah, Lakeside Park's awesome, man. And I saw them play that when I saw the last tour, whatever it was called, R40 or whatever. I went to New Orleans and they played Lakeside Park. I think they played it on the Moving Pictures tour when I saw that back in '81, but I may be wrong. But I know I saw it at that final show. Lakeside Park, a classic. All right, the next one, Necromancer. Oof, amazingly epic song. Neil Peart does that spoken word in the beginning. They fuck with his voice and stuff. And there's parts of the song that's as heavy as any Black Sabbath song. Some parts of the song is proto-thrash in parts. Really, I'm telling you, man. And amazing guitar work from Alex. It's like Vitor and the Snow Dog, but much darker, with more bells and whistles. I appreciate this album more now, because I don't think we would have had a 2112, if it wasn't for a song like this. It is so important in the rise of Rush, even though this flops, it makes a great springboard to 2112. It's a long ass song, not as long as the next song, but it is a long song with a lot of, different parts to it. And I think it's awesome, man. It's Rush really trying to get prog even more than Vitor. Vitor was prog, but not like, some parts didn't sound prog at all. But this one sounds prog all the way. All of it. It's got this really cool, dark vibe. It really does show that Rush, did whatever the hell they wanted. Even under, record company pressure, Getty talking about them telling them, oh, we need a song more like Bad Company. This was after Caress of Steel. After Caress of Steel, the record company was trying to change them and trying to mold them into, a band that would have hits on the radio. So, and that's not what Rush gave them on 2112. But we all know that story. I'm not going to repeat that part. I'm going back to this. And this is proto 2112. It's all here in this song where this band really wanted to go. It does sound a little amateurish in parts where they're, they're trying to find their way. But it sounds like a band that's really trying hard to do it. So the amateur parts, they have this charm to it, where it's just them trying. And, in a way, succeeding, I think. Necromancer, yeah, my second favorite song off the album. Then we flip the album over, and there's only one song left, yes. A 20-minute song called Fountain of Lament. And again, it shows the evolution, the prog coming into Rush music. Very ambitious song, but it's through young guys. And you can hear where, it will go in spots of this song. Unlike future Rush epics, this one has some warts. But these warts have charm, from the mellow intro into many changes, heavy and mellow. it's like a band, you know, finding its way. And this song is like a perfect road toward that way. It's awesome. The insane drum solo on this song. Going into that real heavy section. You know, it's beautiful, man. And it's just a beautiful mellow section after that, and gets hard rock and mellow, and then it ends with such a beautiful, beautiful ending. A gorgeous ending. And again, this is a song, Necromancer sounded a little bit more put together, where Fountain of Lament, I hear parts where, yeah, they're kind of having some problems. And I gotta be honest with you, once I bought this album back in the day, every time I put on side 2, I'd be bored. I never really got this song till, you know, I totally sat down and analyzed it. This was a while ago. I've been into Final Laments for well over over 20 years easily. I love the hell out of this song, but back in the day I found it kind of boring. But listening to it now, yeah, I hear like 2112, like Necromancer. You know, this is a band doing what the hell they want, you know? But it's clunky in parts. That's why 2112 to me is so impressive. Because 2112 to me, it doesn't sound clunky at all at parts. It doesn't sound like they're trying to find their way. They found their way on 2112. And the way they found themselves there with such great perfection on that album is because of Necromancer and Fountain of Lament. It's totally because of those songs, you know? And that's it. That's the end of my gushing over the third Rush album, Caress of Steel, what they call the black sheep of the family, or I call, hey man, you're welcome in my family. Because I even love I Think I'm Going Bald. It's stupid and all, but musically it's rocky rolly, which is not my thing, but for some reason the rock-a-rolly on I Think I'm Going Bald is awesome. I appreciate it. What do you all think of Caress of Steel? Leave it in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching my review on Caress of Steel. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and ring that little notification bell. And in case you are subscribed, please check to see if you're still subscribed, because some people are getting unsubscribed for no reason. And if that happened to you, please subscribe back to my channel. I would appreciate that. And like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath and smack 'em a gob.